distinct pleasure of introducing the woman of the hour. Councilwoman K Patrice Williams. She has led an exemplary career, working as a public servant, community leader, and businesswoman. She earned her law degree from San Francisco Law School. She has held many titles, including Chief Marketing Strategist, Adjunct Professor, Director of Marketing, and currently, Fairfield City Council member. Each of these roles have allowed her to engage and advocate for unique individuals from every walk of life, to include youth, elder adults, and minority groups. Whether she is working with small local organizations and associations or globally recognized brands, K Patrice brings the same level of passion and professionalism to every one of her endeavors. K Patrice serves as the CEO of Brand Gov Outreach, also known as Empower Solano, a public affairs and community outreach firm specializing in building lasting connections between government agencies and the citizens that they serve. Working under the motto, "We meet the community where they are," K Patrice Williams' natural ability to build bridges between people makes her the ideal person to lead this important effort. K Patrice, it is my profound honor to introduce this exceptional individual who I have the privilege of working with every single day. A true beacon of hope, a champion of the people, and a visionary whose impact will be felt for generations to come. Please join me in welcoming Fairfield City Council member K Patrice Williams.
Hello, everyone. Is this place beautiful? Valley Hill Estate. Isn't that wonderful? Isn't this wonderful? If this is your first time here, raise your hand. Okay. So, good evening, esteemed guests, valued sponsors, and honorees. Welcome to the inaugural An Evening of Inspiration held at this beautiful Valley Hill Estate. Tonight, we gather not merely to celebrate, but to unite a confluence of minds and hearts bound by the commitment to drive transformative change and nurture hope across Solano County. We stand at this critical juncture, a moment with some challenges, yet beaming with the boundless opportunities. When I think of the recent electoral victories, including Supervisor-elect Cassandra James in Vallejo, when I think of Wanda Williams in Sassoon Fairfield, and of course, I think of Assemblymember Lori Wilson, who represents all of Southern. I believe that we're signifying a collective readiness for transformation and a resolute choice for leaders who embody progress and inclusivity. Solano County is more than just our home. It's a vibrant nexus where agriculture and tourism converge, where each field and vineyard narrates a tale of dedication and passion. Here, our rich geography and mosaic of cultures are not mere backdrops, but dynamic participants in the narrative that defines our community. Today, we are especially grateful to have among us both investors and leaders from across Fairfield, including Fairfield automobile dealerships, whose supports help steer our community toward prosperous horizons. This evening, I'm particularly touched by the presence of those who inspire me each and every day. My husband and the love of my life, Earl Hall, and my son, Miles Hall, my mother-in-law, my uncle and aunt, dedicated colleagues at Burning Gov, and the many cherished friends, organizations, community leaders are here today with us. Your unwavering support and zeal for our community's growth and well-being are truly commendable. Tonight, we shine a special light on 5 extraordinary individuals. They include Joe Jones, Dr. Francis McCullough, Debbie Toth, Andrea Garcia, and R. Jacob Francisco. Though these individuals often operate behind the scenes, their profound impacts through ceaseless community engagement are felt widely. Their stories, marked by quiet dedication, have spurred significant change, influencing our community profoundly. As we draw inspiration from the unwavering dedication and collective spirit of all gathered here, let us reaffirm our commitment to continuous improvement and innovation. Thank you for joining us this evening to celebrate inspiration, to be inspired, and most importantly, to fortify our journey toward meaningful, enduring change together. Thank you. So now I get to introduce 5 honorees. And I'm going to start with Joe Jones. Joe Jones is not here today, and Tiffany Jones is here to receive his award. But a little bit about Joe Jones. Joseph Joe Jones is an esteemed figure in education, boasting over 40 years of experience across public schools and universities. His journey began as a school custodian, leading to the roles of teacher, counselor, and principal. Notably, he served with the Association of California School Administrators for nearly 30 years, providing invaluable support to educational leaders statewide. His impact extends to initiatives like the Willie B. Atkins Scholars Program and the Mare Island Technology Academy. Joe's commitment to public service is evident in his extensive affiliations and recognitions, including the Jefferson Award Mobile Prize for Public Service and commendations from the California Legislature. Through his tireless dedication, Joe has inspired communities, individuals, and left a mark on California education. So, Tiffany Jones, if you could come take this award for Joe Jones and say a few words. Thank you.
Oh my gosh. So on behalf of my father, Joe Jones, I want to say thank you all so very much. Thank you, K Patrice, for acknowledging my dad. I have a little story to tell. And when you grow up with somebody that is as impactful and as a leader as my dad, you have to learn how to share. And I used to hate going out with my dad when I was younger because every time we went somewhere, somebody was like, hi Joe, and pulling and tugging at him. And it used to make me mad because again, I had to share my dad with everybody. But as I've gotten older, I've come accustomed to sharing my dad with everybody because it shows the type of person he is, how he embraces everybody, how he just is who he is. And I'm so grateful for his mentorship in my life, but in other people's lives too. And so every time I meet somebody that knows my dad, it makes me feel good inside because his light is still shining.
Please meet Jacob Francisco. So, Jacob is, as you can tell from his bio, pretty extraordinary. When you meet Jacob, he is fully engaged, full on. He's asking hard questions. I asked him for his endorsement, and he had some hard questions for me before I could earn that endorsement. And when I did, it just gave me pride because you're so engaged in the community. Like you just love the community. And I just wanted to take this time to let you know how I felt about you. I wanted to shine a light on you and all that you've done. I've already had a conversation with California Partnership Health. They want to meet you. And I have a feeling there's going to be much more. But Jacob, I've heard Oprah say something similar to this. Your light is so bright, it burns my eyes.
When K Patrice told me that I would be getting this award, I was shocked a little bit, but ultimately I knew the reason why. So I prepared some remarks and I'll just go there and hopefully you'll learn more. Good evening, everyone. I first want to thank Councilman Williams for this incredible honor. I am deeply moved and profoundly grateful for you to award me and to be standing here today. First and foremost, I want to acknowledge the remarkable community that has surrounded me, supported me, and inspired me every step of the way. My journey in advocacy started when I was elected as a student board member in the school district, which was 3 years ago. This experience started my interest in being able to make a tangible change in my community and in our democracy. You know, in today's fast-paced world, it's easy to forget that democracy is not just a system of government, but a way of life. It is rooted, yes, it is rooted in the belief that each voice matters, that every person has a role to play, and that through collaboration, we can achieve extraordinary things. Today, more than ever, we need to remember that democracy thrives on participation, dialogue, and the commitment to work together despite our differences. And let us not forget the incredible energy and passion of young people like me. The youth are not just the leaders of tomorrow, but the change makers of today. Our voices are powerful, our ideas are innovative, and our commitment to justice and equality is unwavering. This award reminds me that the power of democracy is not found on great gestures, but in those small, consistent acts of kindness, advocacy, and solidarity. Whether it be organizing a scholarship campaign, attending a town hall meeting, or simply just listening to one another, each act contributes to the fabric of our society. And as this is an election year, I encourage all of you to make an informed decision this election season. If you are already registered to vote, which I imagine everyone in this room is, make sure you exercise that right. It is important. Your vote matters.
Andrea Garcia.
Once again, my name is Alma Hernandez. I am the mayor of the city of Suisun City. And I first met Andrea Garcia 10 years ago as we served together on the Solano Hispanic Chamber of Commerce Board of Directors. Since then, we've collaborated together to work and advocate for community members, for youth, for small businesses, and for Latinas in leadership positions for the most part of the decade. I'm truly honored to be here and represent her, and I'm going to ask you for a moment of your time as I share with you her message that she prepared in her own words, and if I can ask for a little bit of grace as I do my best to transcend her message to you. Good evening. I stand before you in spirit, humbly and with gratitude for this incredible recognition. It is a sincere and amazing honor to be selected by Councilwoman K Patrice Williams, who in her own right deserves the greatest of accolades for all of her accomplishments. One of my roles in life is, and always has been, to shine light on others, to give them moments in time that inspire confidence, strength, and deserved recognition. I do this for my family, my friends, and my coworkers. And so for this moment, I will gently move the light that shines over my head to K Patrice. It is the core of who I am, comprised of 5 important people in my circle of life. First and foremost, my husband Tony, who has a way of understanding my insanity, his kind heart and gentle soul, and his compassion for service have always been a guiding light throughout our path together. He is my rock and has always believed in my strengths even when I didn't. My children, Daniel and Stephanie, who fill my cup with endless love, humor, and warmth. They have supported every journey I've endured, even if it wasn't to the best decisions. But they always stood by my side and reinforced the value of family. They keep me real and make sure my slang game stays on point. And my parents, who came to this country from Argentina in 1960 on their honeymoon and never looked back. With each holding down more than one job, they became citizens and soon after became business owners. They gave me powerful examples of determination, fortitude, and hope. These are the 5 pillars of my life who have always supported my endeavors in community service. And of course, my workplace, Touro University, California, that shares my values to serve, lead, and teach. Their mission lets me give back to our community in many ways, especially through our Mosaic scholarships. I started this program 8 years ago to support students from diverse backgrounds entering medicine, public health, and education. To date, we've raised over $1 million for 134 students. To then give back to Solano County, creating healthier lives for all of us. And I would be remiss if I didn't mention our 2 dynamic leaders, Dr. Tammy Hendricks and Mr. Newman Hoffman, who have always encouraged me to be my best, supported my views, and inspired me to lead effectively. I am beyond grateful for this network, but tonight, I give a big thank you to K Patrice for her endless dedication, her compassionate leadership, and for being a beacon of light in our community. Your work, your truth, your strength are traits that make me want to give back even more. I am truly grateful and appreciative for all that you do and proud to call you my friend. Thank you.
Next, I would like to talk about our next honoree, Debbie Talk. Debbie Talk, with over 28 years of dedicated elder care, is the CEO of Choice in Aging, overseeing adult day health care programs and expanding services across multiple counties. Her leadership has propelled innovative care models, including intergenerational programming and pioneering Alzheimer's services. Debbie's expertise extends to statewide advisory goals, contributing to California's master plan for aging and serving on communities advocating for elder and disability rights. Recognized for her advocacy, Debbie received the Justice in Aging's Paul Nathan's Distinguished Advocate Award in 2023, Choice in Aging. Under her guidance was named 2019 California Nonprofit of the Year. Please come up.
I would venture to say that the people who should be honored tonight are all the people in this room who are supporting this incredible leader who is trailblazing in Fairfield and leading the way. We have a real lack of women of color in leadership positions, and to run for office in this day and time when people are ungrateful and rude and disparaging and terrible takes courage. It takes, in my Jewish tradition, chutzpah, and it takes a commitment in a family. It takes a son who loves mom and is okay with missing mom some of the time. It takes a husband who's okay with missing the wife some of the time. And it takes a community who funds her campaign. And it takes sisters who sit with her when she has hard nights and votes are being counted and we're not sure where we're going to end up. So I feel incredibly blessed. I love the work that I do with elders. I love that more and more positions in our county and in our community are being filled with women leaders who are inspired with the justice bug. And justice must come for race, must come for age, must come for ability, must come for youth, must come for our environment. And I feel honored to be a part of tonight. Thank you. And all of you in this room. And I hope that you will, if you have not bid on the silent auction items. It takes money to run a campaign. So I'm going to take the Dana Dean role tonight and ask you to please make sure that you give. And take care so that we can ensure that these kinds of women can continue to lead and lift our community. Thank you.
One last honoree, Dr. Frances McCullough. Dr. Frances L. McCullough is a dedicated community leader, serving as Vice President of the Friends of the Solano Commission for Women and Girls and past President of the Solano County Library Foundation. With a rich history of public service, she has contributed to various initiatives, including founding the Solano County Commission for Women and Girls and leading the Solano Community College Educational Foundation. A retired college professor, Dr. McCullough has shared her expertise in organizational leadership and education at esteemed institutions like Touro University and Sacramento State University. Her academic credentials include an ED in organizational leadership and multiple master's degrees from San Francisco State University. Through her tireless commitment, Dr. McCullough continues to inspire and uplift her community. Dr. McCullough, will you please come to the front? So I have a sweet story, of course, about Dr. McCullough. I was at the Solano County Democratic Central Committee And it was a wild ride. Then you were on the board, Dr. McCullough, and you all, and some member Lori Wilson, I believe you were, but I don't think you were there that night because I don't remember you. But I remember these two, and it was a little chaotic. But I had come because I was told if you want to run for office, you need to go and meet Dr. McCullough. You need to make sure she knows who you are. She's wise. She's a quiet political consultant, strategic mind. So I stayed through that meeting, and I have to tell you, I wanted to get up and leave, but I stayed. I stayed to meet you, and afterwards I laid my case, who I was, and would you mentor me, and I just laid it all out, and you said, we'll talk, I gotta think about it, we'll talk. And so every time we spoke, I had my pen and paper. I remember distinctly, I'm not picking up the call from Dr. McCullough, now I have my pen and paper, because what she would do is just really just run very amazing strategy. And my job was to do every single thing. And so that is what I did. But since then, I don't know if you ever said you would mentor me. But you did. And I've gotten to know you over the years. And I tell you, you lead with your heart. But you're a firm leader. You call, you tell people what to do, we gotta get it done, check it off our list, and you're just a beautiful inspiration and light. And a lot of times I tell you, you remind me of my mother. You look like her, and you just remind me of her. And so to see you out in the community shining your light on people, I just feel, and I'm one of the people that you cast your light on, I just feel super, super honored. I wanted the community to know who you are. Not that they don't. I was, I think it was last year, parade. It was a parade, and there's Dr. McCullough. She's the first car. She's going to Marshall. She's waving at everybody. So I have a feeling everyone wants to know you, but I just needed the community at whole to know who you were.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love K Patrice, and she may not remember, but I met her quite a few years ago when she and I both served as honorary commanders for Travis Air Force Base. And that's when you told me you wanted me to be your mentor. And I'm so proud. Here she is now, an elected official. I did not get the memo about making a speech, so that's wonderful. You won't have to have a speech. I want to thank her for acknowledging me and the work that I do in the community. I am just really awed. I love this community. It's practically in my backyard. I've come here regularly. And it's just so nice to be here at a very beautiful event. And all the folks in the room, I know most of you here. So just thank you for coming out for this occasion. I also want to say that I like to, the inspiration, that's wonderful. Because one of the things that I do like to do is connect folks in the community. And I also, I guess, have a reputation of raising money, trying to raise money to serve whatever cause that I think is very important to the community. So I do events, I organize things such as the Commission for Women and Girls. We didn't have one, and I thought we should have a Commission for Women and Girls. And then I helped to found the Friends of a Commission for Women and Girls. So it's, everything takes money. And my husband, who's not able to be here, he thinks that I'm constantly out in the field begging He said I work really hard so we could have a good living. But I can't seem to keep you from being begging all the time. You always have. Okay. So I don't mind trying to raise the money to help cause. And one of my wonderful sorority sisters, I'm also honored because there's a whole table of Delta Sigma Theta sisters who come here. Stand up, please. Stand up. And one of my wonderful sisters said, she was admiring me, said I was an inspirer, but she also said, and that's Dr. Foster, she said, but when you are working with Soror McCullough, you better always take your checkbook out, because she's going to want some money for something that she believes in. So yes, that's very important. And again, I just want to thank, I have sisters here from NC Kentucky as well. I'm just honored that my sisters came out. So the National Council of Negro Women. And there are some commissioners here and their friends of the commissioners. And I won't try to raise any money or anything like that, but we will be having a big fundraiser for the Commission for Women and Girls. That's coming up on October the 18th. The commission is going to be celebrating its 6th anniversary, a woman leadership gala. So you'll all be invited, and K Patrice will help me execute that big event. Thank you.
Let me take a moment to thank you, Nisi Marie, and also Lisa Clinton. There she is. They are the elect K Patrice Williams for City Council. They were part of the 2022 committee. They were part of the 2024 committee. Thank you. All of the graphic design touches, from signs to this beautiful brochure, all was done by Nisi. Lisa Clinton is, we call her the beach armor. She's the one, she's really a perfect match. I trust her with my contact list. I trust her with you. She is going to treat anyone she talks to and make them feel, she makes me feel like I can do anything. I feel like I got a hype woman on my team. When I'm feeling tired and exhausted, get on the phone with Lisa and I tell her my woes and she's like, yeah, that's okay, I get it, yeah. Okay, get back in there. So thank you. I just love having you all on every aspect of my team and my life. So please, a quick thank you to this you all. I also have two members in the back. Alice, thank you so much. And I have a feeling that you have seen Alice out and about doing outreach work. Also, we have Miss Gian. She's a supervisor on our outreach team, and literally, it's just so interesting how my business life and my political life, I want the same people around. So, because I trust them. So thank you.
Where are you at? Oh, you're right here? Okay, let's do two more. I think first we're going to do the Blackstone 4-piece professional grill breakfast kit. And who you got?
The winner is Nicola Parr.
All right, congratulations. Even comes in a beautiful box. You know what? Let me give a shout out to Miss Cecilia Henderson of the Iska Uza Foundation. She is responsible for the beautiful presentation you see of all of the silent auction items, please give her a round of applause. It is absolutely gorgeous. Cecilia, can you give us a stand up, please? Let them see your beautiful face. Thank you. Yes. Absolutely gorgeous and creative. I can't recommend it enough. I've blown away. Okay, and for our next raffle, we're going to do a BMW package. This is going to be a keychain and a t-shirt and a super cool mug. So, here we go. Lisa, pick the lucky winner.
The lucky winner is Louis Clinton.
Oh, congratulations, Mr. Lisa Clinton. Good. Thank you. Okay, and I'll be back up later to do the last couple raffle draws of the night. But first, what we'd like to do is we have a couple of people who are so instrumental in making tonight happen that we'd like to give them a chance to come up and tell you a little bit about who they are, what they represent, and maybe get you a little interested to check out their businesses. So the very first person I would like to bring up, it is my pride and joy to bring up Mr. Joe Cassidy, owner of Valley Keel Estate. Please give a big round of applause for Mr. Joe Cassidy. Thank you so much for letting us share your beautiful property here. It is an honor and a privilege.
Good evening, everybody, and I want to thank you all for coming and supporting Patrice and all the honorees tonight. You brought quite a show, I have to say. I'm not a big talker, I'm more of a doer than a talker. I'd rather have my nail tag on tonight and a few nails in it and a hammer. But again, I want to give you the history of this property. We bought this property back in 2018. We felt it was the best property either that I saw in either Napa or any place else. And I absolutely love Solano County. We have been treated very fairly by both planning and the building department were wonderful here to get this project through. It was quite an undertaking. This was a former garage that we turned into an event center, and we have a brand new tasting room we just opened 10 days ago. So I have to say it's spectacular. So I hope all you guys can come and see the new tasting room maybe tomorrow or the next week. And the final thing I have to say is, I always say, because we have an ad on the radio, it's always 5 o'clock at Valley Keel. Thank you.
That's fantastic. And my family's from Ireland, so it sounds really like family. I absolutely adore it. Okay, next. Did you guys like the food? Did you guys get a chance to try that? Awesome, right? I would like to bring up Vanessa Franson from 260 Kitchen and Bar. They're over there in Cordelia. This was the first time I'd ever had their food, and I will definitely be going. That pork was tangy and sweet. Oh, so good. So Vanessa, could you come up here and tell us a little bit about 260 Kitchen and Bar, please?
Hello everyone, thank you so much for the opportunity, Ms. K Patrice and her amazing team, for the opportunity for us to showcase a little bit of what we have to offer at 260 Kitchen and Bar. I am Vanessa Franson, I'm the manager there. I'm here representing Molly 2, the owner. We've been open going on 4 years in June. I've been there since day one. I would definitely like to thank everyone in the community for the continued support, especially through the struggles of the pandemic and everything, and keeping us strong, keeping us going. I'd also really like to make a special thank you to our amazing chef and our whole team that's prepared all this food for us today, Mr. Chef Joey Guevara. And yeah, I just want to say thank you so much for the opportunity, and it's great to see everyone here. Thank you again.
Thank you, Vanessa. And lastly, I don't know if they want to come up together or come up separate, but as you can see, both BMW of Fairfield and VW of Fairfield have been extremely supportive tonight, and we want to give them a second to come up here and talk about what makes them special. So I'd like to welcome up, please, Hal Logan, owner of BMW Fairfield, and Carol Kitts, GM of VW Fairfield. Please give them a round of applause.
Thank you very much. It's super inspirational to hear these stories about people who have been serving Solano County and Fairfield for decades. We're brand new. We've been here just a few years. We have a BMW dealership that's been open about 3 years. Carol is the general manager of our Volkswagen dealership that has just celebrated its first birthday. And 2 weeks ago, we opened a brand new Audi dealership all over in the Fairfield Auto Mall. So, we want to serve this community in every way that we can. We want to provide jobs for people who are looking to build careers. We want to be good citizens of the community, and we hope that we'll be here long enough that a few decades from now, I probably won't be around, but hopefully Carol will be the recipient of some of the really kind words that K Patrice has been sharing this afternoon. I would be remiss before I close if I didn't introduce my wife Etienne, who's back there. And by the way, Dr. Nicole, when you asked the Deltas to stand up, she was acting shy. She chose not to stand up right there, but there you go. We got another Delta in the crowd. So. Thank you guys.
I just want to say thank you to everyone. You know, we just opened our dealership, had the grand opening, the official grand opening after construction. I was finalized May 4th, and it was just very exciting, you know, to have the community there, to know that we are doing something different. You know, we pride for saying that we're more than a dealership. We don't want our customers just to come in to purchase a car or service a car. We want to welcome them to come in, have a good time, figure out how to support each other in the community. So just thank you for the ongoing support.
Thank you both so much. And thank you for the beautiful vehicles out front. I was out there dreaming. Next, it is my honor to bring up somebody who you've heard her mentioned earlier this evening. We're going to give her a little bit more of an intro, and she's going to come up and speak to y'all. So she is on the Solano County Board of Education. Am I getting that right? Thank you. She is a MERGE graduate, and as many of you know, she is a staunch fighter for women here within our county. It is my pleasure to please welcome up Ms. Dana Dean.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy to be here tonight and see all of you. I do have a couple of things to say. To start, I'd like every elected person in this room to stand up. I see our assembly member is already standing up. If you currently hold office in Solano County, please stand. You're a neighbor. Okay. Anybody else? How about people who were formally elected? Thank you. You heard the words Emerge California. That's a group of women who support other women, especially women of color running for office. I've been involved for many years, and you heard about Dana's deck. On that night, there were about 35 women who came together to talk about supporting each other to run for office. 47% of them have been elected since then. This woman being one of them, right? Actually, several folks that are here. And I want to tell you, I rarely confess this, but I am a woman of a certain age. And I like to say a woman of substance too, because I covered a lot of ground. Honestly, there was a moment in my life, early on, where I never imagined what you're seeing here. It just wasn't a part of the life that we live. And by the way, you can sit down. How about the merge grad? Wait, how many merge grads are here? You, I see a few more, come on. Yeah. I didn't imagine that moment when I was growing up. I really didn't. Did you know something about all the electeds in the room? Yeah, they're all women. They're all women. And we are really making strides in that way. We are really making changes in the state of California and certainly in Solano County. Our highest ranking elected officials are women. And that takes investment. That takes hard work. It took decades to get us where we are. And what we get for that is someone like K Patrice, who invests in us. She invests her family. She invests her business. She invests every moment of her waking hours on Solano County and on Fairfield. And I'm here to ask you to invest back. Show her that we recognize, appreciate, and reciprocate all of the time and energy that she's putting in to this community. Guess what? How do you do that? She's very organized. She's in great shape in terms of getting together early and often to have folks like you invest in her campaign. So let's start now. We've got some time. It doesn't have to be a giant investment, but it should be an investment. Think of her. Think of her every waking hour being invested in you. And let's invest back. I'm here to do the ask, and that's what I'm doing. I also want to say that, in my day job, I am a land use attorney. I appear before governing bodies all the time. My city council, board of supervisors, and I'm an elected official. So I've been in the elected world a long time. And there's a thing we say about folks that we don't think much of, and that is that they don't open their packet before their meetings. They come to a meeting, all of you are like that. They come to a meeting and they are just now learning the decision that they're making. Well, I assure you that you don't have that problem with K Patrice. Amen. I assure you that she's putting everything she can into you. She has read that packet, she has highlighted it, she has color-coded it, and she is ready to serve you in every single way that she can. So please, appreciate her investment, come on back and invest in her.
So I'm going to piggyback on that, and pretty soon you're going to be seeing these signs all over the place. The primary intent is so that you can scan a QR code and pay for the wonderful prizes you're going to get in this silent auction. But you can also use this QR code to invest in K Patrice. It does do double duty. And on a personal note, when we talk about that she invests in people and invests in the community, she invested in me when I got out of prison and I landed in Hazel's Tranquility Place. Yeah. So please, go bid on this silent auction. I won't be offended if you stand up and walk over there while I'm talking. I promise it's okay with me. You have my permission. So that being said, we're going to do one last raffle. This is the Clinton. We've got 2 items left. First, we're going to auction off, it's beautiful, we've got a BMW tote bag and a t-shirt, courtesy of BMW of Fairfield. Thank you, Mr. Howell. Hernandez. Woo! Congratulations.
BMW Mayor.
All right. And our last option to raffle off tonight is another beautiful set from BMW of Fairfield, and it is a black embroidered polo shirt, I would wear this, with a nice leather keychain. So as soon as we get this, so back to the final raffle drawing. This last one.
Okay, this is the last one. Drum roll, please.
Yes, here we go. Colin Ewart.
Yeah!
Congratulations!
I didn't imagine I was going to call it.
You're right. Thank you so much. Give another round of applause for our winners tonight. Thank you. So thank you for letting me be obnoxious tonight. It has been an absolute pleasure. And that being said, I'm going to turn you back over to Patrice, and I will see you when you collect your prizes. Thank you.
Well, I am here to bid you all final farewell. I want to thank you for coming. I also want to thank, we have organizations that organize and said, we're going to buy multiple tickets, we're going to buy a table full of tickets. The Delta Sigma Theta Incorporated. Thank you. I was trained, Incorporated, at the end. NCNW, Fairfield, Sassoon, Vacaville chapter. It was an honor to see you at the city chambers. We honored you. And we're going to continue lifting and honoring organizations that are kind of looked over and not seen. We see you. I want to thank Bowapa Napa Solano chapter. We have his president here. To be honest, I feel the Trussell Wilson Alford. I feel weird to start the list because I don't want to do that because I'm going to miss. And y'all are part of multiple organizations. I want to give another thank you to everyone that put in an ad in this beautiful brochure. Please bring them with you and know if you put an ad in the brochure, we're going to be highlighting it on social media. So you not only will get the 93 views of 91 tickets that were sold tonight, but you'll also get virtual views. I want to remind everyone to visit this beautiful estate. Come, bring your friends, bring your family. Walk around the state before you leave. There's a beautiful outdoor area. Also, there's a new tasting room. The reason why we called 260 is because that's one of my favorite restaurants. They have the best mushroom risotto, period. And my husband thinks they have one of the best hamburgers, cheeseburgers. So you were called because I'm crazy about you. Valley Keel, you were called because I'm crazy about you. You have some of the best wines. They have a rosé, hope I'm saying it right, that is so delicious. And I believe it's a red that you have that is just delicious. It doesn't taste like anything else. I want to thank my family that is here. Eric, you're part of the family. I don't know what you're looking around for. But my family that's here, my mother-in-law, and my aunt and uncle, my cousin that are here. You know, I remember before my mom died, Mom, you were talking to her, and you said, you know, I know she moved, your daughter moved to California, I've got her. The family has her. And I feel exactly that way. You're not in law, you're in law, right? A special thank you to my husband, Earl Hall. Stand up. Met him at Howard, and we were best friends for under 10 years, and we've been married for over 20, kind of lost count, I think we're 23 years. And he is literally, we talked about wind behind wings, he's mine. I feel like I can do anything with this guy, so thank you. I want to introduce you all because he doesn't make very many appearances. Miles Hall, mine, stand up. He's our 22-year-old. He just passed his real estate license. He's an employee at my company. It's interesting to have your son as your employee because he is a little self-serving. He thinks he's going to inherit it all. But it's also interesting because he's bold enough to tell me anything. So he told me I should take a pay cut the other day. I said no. Women have to fight for what we get, for what we make, and so no, we're gonna work harder, dig in, but but, no sir, not taking you. And so, I would like to thank everyone that bought a Prestige ticket. Thank you so much. Thank you. We have something for you when you go out. So do not forget to take your gift item. And then finally, make sure that you bring food to go. I'm on it now. Bring food to go, and I see the silent auction happening, so I don't want to stop that. But just a heartfelt thank you. It has been a great honor. This is my second year as on the Fairfield City Council. Before I say that, Dana Dean, thank you. Thank you. Let me say this real quick. Dana Dean, and I don't see Debbie, maybe Debbie talk. Baby, you don't know this might be the first time I hear it. They taught me how to sew into campaigns. I remember getting investments from both of you and literally starting to cry. Literally starting to cry. You taught me how to do it. And to do what you have done, not only with my campaign, but you've touched campaigns all over Northern California, and I believe you've touched campaigns all over the states. So when Dana Dean gets up and says, this is how I invest, she gets it, and she does it. And now I do it. When I take a certain type of a job, and that money goes back out to campaigns. And I see people that have been the other side of that money. As an emerge person that hires me to do the work, and I put it right back out into campaigns. So thank you both for teaching me how to sew into campaigns and to put everything into campaigns. And by the way, they're tracking their investment. They're calling, how you doing? You all right? Get off the floor. It's going to be okay. It's okay. So you're 2 votes down, you're 2 votes up, They were on the phone with me every day, and it ended up winning by 12 votes. We're not going to do 12 votes again. That's why you're here. That's part of it. But the other part is, if there's a little bit of light for me, I'm going to lift people in the community that are doing amazing things that you need to know. And the truth is, it's more than the people that just stood here. I'm looking around a room full of superstars. I wish you could see my view. Like, these are people you need to know. Do not leave without just meeting 5 people. And I promise you, your life will be that much more richer, and become Facebook friends with them, follow them. Because that's what you all do to me. I've seen what you do in your lives and in your kids' lives, and I just see that beautiful light, and you cheer me up. You make me whole. So with that, thank you for coming, and good night.